Look at that, Richard. Already 700 people watching.
Well, we'd better play some music then, hadn't we?
Oh, I feel like I'm at a game show.
And welcome to Riker's Beard Live with your host, Captain James Dillon.
Hello.
And
My co-host, Captain Richard Ashby.
Hi. How are you all doing?
Wow, let's see who's joined us. Wow.
So, if it's your first time viewing us live and you're not in Soho and you haven't put a pound in a current operated previously, I am Commander Ashby and this is Captain Dillon.
I think you need to turn your background music down a bit.
Is that better?
That's better, yeah. Oh.
So, wow, it's fantastic, fantastic to be back. You may remember us from such broadcasts as Let's Talk Trek. Sorry, someone's saying I need to just adjust my microphone, so I'll just turn that up a second. Two moments.
Good evening. Oh, he's gone. Right. Okay, so it's just us. Well, while he's gone, yes, you may also remember us from Let's Talk Trek.
Okay, is this better?
Oh, hello. Yeah, you've got some bass now.
Right. Yes, you may remember us from Let's Talk Trek, which ran for some time, but
and we'll be back.
Yeah, it'll be back for some specials. We're currently in negotiations to do a Christmas special if we can find a date. So we'll see how that works out. But in the meantime, James and I felt a little bit sad that we weren't doing Let's Talk Trek anymore, so we thought we'd push for some Riker's Beard Live. And hopefully you'll enjoy it. It's not going to be the same Let's Talk Trek.
Well, there's no point doing that, is there? Because that's a different show.
Yes, different show. So off the bat, really, parental discretion is advised.
Post watershed.
Yeah, this is a post watershed production. So yes, the important thing here to remember is why we're here, and that's to say hi to all of you and to engage our audience and talk about Star Trek on a Sunday night. Now, there's no Star Trek currently being screened. We've covered all the Star Trek to date, but we have important Star Trek questions to ask. And
here's the man who wants to hear them, Richard.
Yeah. So I mean, we've. I can. That background music is still actually playing. I can hear it. How do I stop it? There we are. Right. So first off the bat, I wanted to know what you're looking forward to, because we've got lots of Star Trek coming up next year. There's a smorgasbord of Trek. We know that Prodigy has been reviewed on Netflix, I believe. There's Discovery, so there's that. There's
Strange New Worlds.
Strange New Worlds, because thankfully that the strikers have, relented their striking, and now the writers and the actors are back out there producing the content that we know and love. So
it's been resolved, hasn't it? I think everybody's happy for the time being.
Yeah, I mean, certainly as absorbers of the content, we're happy. But what are you looking forward to the most next year, James, from the Star Trek world?
I'm looking forward to perhaps going to a convention or two more than anything, actually, Richard. I'm not even so fussed about seeing more Star Trek.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this you saying there's a chance you might be going to Blackpool after all?
No, I'm not going to go to Blackpool. That's far too far north. No, I might go to Portsmouth because they would like us to go to Portsmouth, and we just haven't actually bothered to negotiate it yet. But
Oh, is that there's a chance that Riker's bid may be attending a convention in Portsmouth? Tell us more.
well, they reached out to us and asked if we would attend, and at some point when I find 5 minutes and I have chosen what our rider will be, there's a good chance we can go down there. I think they're keen to have the bridge and all of the toys.
Fantastic.
That would be nice.
Yeah. So conventions is what you're looking forward to the most. In the comments, slight disagreement here. So Christoph has said that there's also some track news related to air dates and filming, and there's some DVD and Blu-ray boxes being released.
What is a DVD, Richard?
It's a digitally versatile disc, not a digital video disc, as some people would think.
Yes.
There's that.
An old hat, though, now, isn't it? DVD? I mean, aren't we all streamers these days?
RikerCon. Sadly, our hosting hotel for RikerCon has now fallen through, so RikerCon is unlikely, but you never know.
Well,
we're counting on it. We are counting on it. There's we're certainly hoping so. So my new mic boom gets in the way of my arm. I'm going to have to use my mouse with my left hand, which I can assure you I'm very proficient at.
Yes. So conventions, I think, is where it's at for me next year. Richard, what about you?
So I'm really enjoying my rewatches at the moment. I'm rewatching Voyager with my kids, and we're in the final season now. We've got about 10 episodes to go. And after we've done with Voyager, we're going to rewatch Enterprise. And I think Enterprise is probably the longest space I've left between a rewatch. So I've not seen Enterprise since before I had my kids, actually, so 10 years.
Let's see, it finished in 2005. Yeah. So it's, 18 years ago, 17 years ago.
Well, I did the rewatch of Enterprise when Star Trek Online first came out.
Was that 2010?
So I'd play Star Trek Online whilst Enterprise I had kind of ticking on the background when it came out on Netflix. So, and I would sit there literally for hours playing Star Trek Online, just letting Enterprise tick over.
Oopsie.
There's that. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to rewatching more old Trek. I'm more excited about that than I am about watching Discovery. However, Nadim, I am going to be watching Discovery, and I will, as always, give it fair. I mean, last season of Discovery, I spoke very highly of it the first couple of episodes before it all went horribly wrong. And my point is, I'm willing to give it a chance. So yes, I'm looking forward to Discovery. Of course, I am. It's a new Star Trek.
Well,
how can you not look forward to it?
As my daddy said, nothing nice to say nothing at all. You know.
Oh no, we will do. We're not on Let's Talk Trek anymore. We can say what the fuck we want.
Oh yeah, Dan's not here to tell us off, is he?
So yeah, it's a case of, yeah, of course I'm looking forward to Discovery, and I know James is looking forward to Discovery as well, even if it's just so we can moan at each other and say, oh, we hate. God, it's new Star Trek. How can you not be happy about Star
yes,
Trek?
You know,
it might be brilliant. There might be one episode in this new series of Discovery, which, the same as it did for Anson Mount, lead to a spin-off series that's brilliant. You know, there might be one character that everyone. Who knows?
Let it be Tilly. Don't let it be Tilly.
Is the actress Mary Weissman in the new series of Discovery?
I've seen a promotional picture and she is there. Yes. So all of your favourites are back, Richard.
Yeah, I mean, we all like Saru.
Yeah.
And of course, I like Emily Coots.
Actually, I can't remember if she was in the promotional picture.
Emily Coots.
Let me look it up on my telephone and see if I can find it.
But yeah. So, Richard would like to know, will we be linking up with the Ghostbusters for a comic?
Yeah, she's not in the picture, and neither's the helmsman. The young
Well,
lady.
Ortega, and but they're,
No. You're
they're
talking
literally
Strange New
the two
Worlds.
best. They're the two best characters in the series, and they're out the promotional
No.
material.
Discovery. I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know Ortega's
Hang on.
Strange
This
New Worlds.
picture here. Look.
So who's the other helmsman in
You have the two
Discovery?
ladies who sit up front in Discovery, whose
Yeah.
names you can't remember because we hardly ever hear anything. But Detmer is the redhead one,
Yes,
and
Emily
the other
Coote.
lady has a name something like Owu, I think. I can't think of her name. But they're not in the picture. They're not in the picture.
Well, but part timer Mary Weissman is.
Yes.
Well, let's hope that all the time off that she's had, she's taken some acting lessons. Now, I'm
There was
very
another
much.
blonde lady at the back. I mean, we don't know the names of these characters. That's one of my things with Discovery, that there's so little development of all these other characters who are there.
Well, you have to remember. I mean, to advocate Discovery here, you have to remember that Michael Dorn's character was only ever meant to be a background prop. They never intended to develop his character. He was basically just there to show that old enemies can become friends. So if a background character is perceived as being interesting enough, then they'll spend time on them. If they're not,
Ooh.
I've always said this about Neelix. So I know how much you love Neelix, but
When they announced Star Trek Neelix, I was over the moon.
But I've always said this, that he turned into basically what was just a comedy light relief character who irritated people, specifically Tuvok. That's what he was there for. But they realised they actually had a really good actor on their hands. So they did some really good episodes with his post-traumatic stress disorder and all sorts. And I thought that was absolutely wonderful. So if they've got a background actor that's a strong enough actor, maybe they'll develop it. Maybe, I mean, on the balance of the acting quality in Discovery, maybe they just haven't found any. Well, they can't do worse than these, can they? But
But you have reminded me of some other news I've seen this week, Richard, which is Michelle Hurd has been quoted as hinting that there is in development some sort of spin-off from Picard featuring Raffi and Worf. Now, Raffi, I know, is not, again, one of your favourite characters.
I mean, the character's not great, but she can't act.
Worf, of course, I think Nadim's just come to help us. Owo and Det, but yeah, I was right then. They're not the thing.
Of course. You are.
What's this? We don't know if. Well, she's in the promotional picture. So I assume she is. Yes, no. So there is a hint of a spin-off. I mean, obviously, everyone's crying out for some sort of Star Trek legacy series that runs on from where Picard left off, which could have any number of DS9, Voyager, TNG cast in it, and others.
Well, I can reveal. Well, I know you've not had a chance to finish Sir Patrick's book yet, so this is going to be a bit of a
start his book yet. That's Christmas, really.
This is a bit of a spoiler. So, spoiler alert! If anyone's watching, it's only a small spoiler, and that is Sir Patrick is very keen on continuing Picard's journey, but he only has one vision, and his vision is he wants there to be a film about Picard, and it needs to be purely about Picard, no other kind of TNG members in it. They've done the last hurrah together. He would very much like it to be like his exit from the Marvel universe with Professor X, like Logan. He loved the script and the film Logan, and he loved his character in it. He would very much like to see his exit from the Star Trek universe done the same way as they handled Professor X's in Logan. So, yeah, I mean, a feature film.
But you see, by then I've seen everything.
I've seen it all. And then I ride off on the grass. On the grass. So yeah, so I mean, spin-off characters. A spin-off with Raffi and Worf.
Well, I mean, the obvious candidate is set on the Enterprise G with Captain Seven and the somewhat inexplicable Captain's Apprentice. Jean-Luc Picard's son, whatever his name was.
I honestly don't mean to sound too bitchy when I say that Michelle Hur's not a good enough actress, and Michael Dorn is not good enough. They are good, of course, they're good actors. They're lead prime time. Of course, good actors. Are either of them strong enough to pull off a lead? I don't think so. I'd love them to prove me wrong. But Jerry Ryan is. She's a strong enough actress that she could pull off a lead, I think, as a captain of the Enterprise G, and there's some mileage in that. I don't think there'd be any mileage in a show where Michael Dorn or Michelle Hurd were the leads, I'm afraid.
Well,
but I would love
Michael
them
Dorn
to prove me wrong.
pressed for years, hasn't he, for a Captain Worf series, and all we kind of know about Captain Worf is he appears to have been responsible for totaling the Enterprise E.
Well, I mean, perhaps we're looking at the formula wrong, because the Holy Trinity was the original formula, okay, and then the Next Generation broke that because you had basically Picard with Riker as his foil, and then later on Data. Discovery's very different to that as well, where they've sort of dispensed with a lead character, I think, if I'm honest with you. It's about the message rather than an actual story or a plot or whatever. So perhaps Michelle Hurd and Michael Dorn don't need to be lead. Maybe our kind of expectation of there has to be a lead character, like Anson Mount's done for Strange New Worlds. Perhaps our expectation of that is wrong. Maybe we should be looking. I mean, my favourite Star Trek episode is Lower Decks, which isn't centered around any lead characters at all. Perhaps the more holistic approach to a TV program is the future.
So we just have something like the Enterprise J that's got, it's 100 miles across or something ridiculous, and we never meet the same character twice. We just see all sorts of different people on this enormous ship.
Well, you look at the shows that are popular. Okay, yeah, Strange New Worlds is the most popular one, but the younger Lower Decks, Prodigy, and all the rest of it, it's not about a captain in the lead role anymore. Those, I mean, they're not obviously as good as Strange New Worlds, and that's probably why. But maybe that's the direction they want to go in. Maybe we're not going to have the. Well, this brings me on to, we haven't got his stings made yet, so
yes, we're just playing around tonight.
This week's topic that I genuinely would like to put out to our audience, and by the way, if you're watching the show, if you could give us a heart emoji or a like emoji or the little blowjob face, we'd really appreciate it.
What?
Yep, lad.
Who?
So, genuinely, a question I'd like to put to the audience, because I'd like to know who hasn't been cast as a lead actor in a Star Trek series. I mean, we'll take Steve Guttenberg out of the equation. Take him just right out of the equation, and Helen Mirren. Take those two actors right out of the equation.
Guttenberg and Mirren are out.
Yeah, apart from Guttenberg and Helen Mirren.
There's just no point if you take them out, really.
Well, if you leave them in, then the debate's over. So, who would you most like to be seen cast as a captain in a lead Star Trek TV series?
Oh,
we've got someone straight in there. Do you know what? He's really. I got. Is it called Blue Bloods? He's in.
Yes, that's been going a long time.
He's very good in that, isn't he? He's very, very good in that. I think he'd make a great cat as long as he keeps the moustache.
He's got to keep the moustache, and his first officer has to be called Higgins.
If you shave his moustache off, will he die?
He's like Samson. He just becomes weak and feeble.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a biblical character, by the way, Richard.
Yeah, I'm a published religious author. I'm well aware of who Samsonite is. He makes microphones, I believe. Picard
should have stopped after Star Trek 9. And Wesley? Are we talking Wesley there, Christoph?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's you're talking about actors that are strong enough, I think, to pull off a lead role. Richard Ginn, he's my favourite, by the way, has pulled this out of the hat. Wow, I mean, what an amazing actress! What an utterly amazing actress! Good God, yes, she could command any starship. She would be amazing. That's a fantastic call, Richard.
This is the third autopsy I've conducted this week on behalf of Agent Mulder, and I have to ask, where is he camping that he keeps finding these dead orangutans?
She's a very gifted actress. Some of the roles she's done, I didn't even realise it was her playing Maggie Thatcher.
Is she British or part British? I can't remember.
She's Canadian.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, fantastic. Yeah, that's a great call, Rich.
It's a good shout.
Yep, very good. It's hard for me to see past Tom Selleck's moustache.
To be fair, it's hard for him to see past his moustache.
What would Tom Selleck's ship be called?
Well, we're the Riker's Beard. We've already got a sister ship called the Magnum's Tash.
The Magnum's no, just the Magnum.
Yes, our friend Darren, he created the logo for it. It exists. I can probably find it for next week.
Tom Selleck as captain of the Magnum.
Starship Magnum.
He would basically patrol Riker. Is that what we're going for? He would
have a very unique set of uniforms based on Hawaiian.
Yeah, oh God, yes. Someone needs to design those, and we should wear them at the next convention. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps we
to answer this, Richard, we didn't ever actually link up, strictly speaking, with a Ghostbusters. We just happened to be parked next to them. But yes, the colour scheme of our shuttle and Ecto 1 matched.
And perhaps we could have Gillian Anderson as the captain and Tom Selleck as the first officer.
Well, look at this.
Well, Prime Lorca is out there. I don't think Jason Isaacs has a lot of interest in renewing it, though, sadly, which is a shame because he's
Prime Lorca. He's going to have to be in the Discovery era, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean, I personally think, I know everyone loves Anson Mount, but I think Jason Isaacs' Lorca was the best thing that came out of Discovery. He was just amazing because he's such a good actor. This is the thing. It's when you get such a good, I mean, again, no offense to Michelle Hurd and Michael Dorn, when you get such a good actor in a role, it just works. And when they're coming up short, Mary Wiseman, something Hedgehog, it's just not gonna work. So yeah. Oh, look.
So where are we going to slot in? Because my favourite is always, for any fantasy casting, Graham Norton. Put him straight in.
As a Ferengi?
Well, as anything. I mean, I've always thought in the remake of the A-Team, he was prime candidate for Colonel John Hannibal Smith.
I can't see that myself. I can't see it myself.
Well, you've obviously thought he's more B.A. Baracus, haven't you?
If they were to do a Saturday Night Live, similar to the cast of Frasier doing Voyager, wouldn't it be wonderful to see the Ted Lasso?
The skit you're thinking of actually was not Saturday Night Live. That was the 30th anniversary of Star Trek. It was a huge gala event that Paramount put together.
I thought it was Saturday Night Live, or it might have been the Saturday Night Writers. Maybe that's why it appeared on their page.
It may well have been them, yeah. But it was at a big event where you had all the casts, all the surviving casts at that time. It was 1996, and the whole program is available on YouTube if you care to watch it.
I mean, Ted Lasso would be captain, and then you'd have.
No, wait! Ted's not necessarily the captain. I mean, yes, Roy Kent is surely the captain.
No. Ted Lasso would be captain, and then Coach Lasso, Coach Beard would be number one. He'd be the first officer.
Right.
Roy Kent would be head of security.
Right. Okay. Where's Hannah Waddingham?
She's the admiral, definitely.
The admiral.
Admiral Waddingham. Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah. Is it honest? Oh, wouldn't it be good? Wouldn't it be glorious? Wouldn't it just be the best? Joe, sod it as a comedy sketch. Wouldn't it be a great TV series? Wouldn't it just be the best thing ever? Oh,
I think this is
oh,
all about
goodness.
Gillian Anderson. Here we go.
Oh, now I'm missing Ted Lasso again. So, if you're missing Ted Lasso, I
Beard as captain. Ooh, wow.
if you're missing Ted Lasso, I've got two recommendations I'd like to make. There's one series called Shrinking It. You have to
Written
remember
by
it's
Brett
not
Goldstein.
yeah, written by Brett Goldstein, starring Harrison Ford. It's really good. There's a couple of episodes that are a bit, but on the whole, it's very good. Same kind of positivity message. So Shrinking It, watch that. And then bizarrely, very left field on the garbage that is normally Channel 5, the remake of All Creatures Great and Small. It's absolutely splendid. Sadly, not terribly good actors, but the scenery and the positivity is absolutely wonderful. So if you're missing Lasso, if you have a lasso-shaped hole in your life, then yeah, check out Shrinking It, written by Brett Goldstein, and check out All Creatures Great and Small, which is absolutely splendid. Really nice.
Speaking of Harrison Ford, look, I've made some progress on my model kit. Look how far along I've got.
That doesn't look like the Millennium Falcon.
Well, it's just that'll give you an idea of how big the Millennium Falcon is when I finished building it.
Which part of the Millennium Falcon is that?
That, my dear fellow, is the skeleton of one of the mandibles at the front. So if you look at that bit, you can see the hull plating that goes in there. There we go.
Oh, that's marvelous.
Yes, only 6 years into the build, and I'm 3/4 of the way through.
Do you know what really irritates the fuck out of me is when you're a member of a Star Trek kind of group and they go, not Star Trek, but and here's some Star Wars shit. Just a personal, I mean, just a personal. I mean, here I am. It's not Star Trek, but it's Ted Lasso. That's fair enough. Okay. Obviously, okay.
Do you want me to get the Mail-on freighter out again? Then what?
No. I want to know how your Build the Enterprise D is coming along.
Well, basically, I've put that to one side until I finish the Falcon off, because then I can focus on the D.
Well, we all prefer the D.
I mean, the D's beautiful. The saucer section is sitting on a shelf up there, 1/3 built. Because Eaglemoss, of course, had the audacity to go bankrupt halfway through the build. And lucky for me, I'd paid for it on a credit card, so I got all my money back, and then I still had all the stuff. And now a new company's taken it over, so I've paid half for doing the Enterprise D.
I admire my D every day. I spend a good 3 or 4 minutes looking at it.
How often do you think about the Roman Empire, though?
Pretty much daily.
How often a day?
I'd say probably 2 or 3 times a day. I think about the Roman Empire. Yeah, I really do. Richard, you do have the freighter. You have the special gold freighter from the Let's Talk Trek files.
Oh, now, Richard, here's something that if you don't have, you really do need to get. And of course, it is this.
Oh,
the perfect Christmas present.
Oh, suit you, sir. Suit you.
Look at that. Look at that. Oh, look at that magnificent.
With a magnet, sir. And the Riker's beard.
Not just a magnet, a rare earth magnet. Watch this. Look, hang on. Here's my microphone. Did you see that? Did you see that?
James, can you just do me a favour and get that microphone well away from the magnet, please? Like really far away from it, please. That I know how much that microphone cost you.
Yes. So there you have the limited edition new Riker's beard com badge, which crossed my palm with 20 quid, so I can help rebuild the Riker's beard set for hopefully Portsmouth.
If you would like,
including postage within the UK.
Yeah, don't be fooled by the cheap copy
Do you have your cheap copy?
somewhere. I, I have nothing prepared. But the cheap copy is pretty good. But don't go for the Wish copy. Go for
Yeah.
the real McCoy.
This is the Adam Dolphin original that he made for me. That's really rather lovely.
Oh wow! Look at that.
That one. Look at how clever the
He
things
made
are on the
really
back of that.
nice. He made a nice badge for you, and I think a couple of other people from the Riker Beard crew, but not me, if I remember rightly. Thanks, Adam.
Yes, he
Fine.
did. Round about the same time that these beauties were just under production. So yeah, look at that.
It's
Oh, I
gorgeous.
love that.
It's really nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love that you've gone for the TNG sort of oval.
Well, we've done the TNG Nemesis era ones already, and we've done those in multiple versions. So I decided to go back to classic TNG.
I've always just felt the oval one feels best to me as a comm badge because it's kind of round like a radar dish. You know, it'd be able to beam out the signal better.
Yeah, it doesn't
But
have holes in it.
no, it doesn't have holes in it.
No, well, the rectangular one has a slit in it, doesn't it?
It does. It has a slip in it. Yes.
Yes, there you go.
Mark says sticks better than poo to a. So
Well, Mark, of course, was the very first person to purchase one of the Riker's Beard con badges, and I hope, Mark, you're enjoying it. Probably
You
even
tell us in
wearing
the
it right
comments
now.
how much you're enjoying it, but you're right. Well, poo doesn't stick to a tribble, and I've found out why. So, as James knows, I've recently acquired a new pet in my household.
Yes,
I have a Pomeranian kind of husky thing,
yappy
and it's
thing.
very, yeah, it doesn't yap. It's very fluffy, and it's a rescue dog. It's very loving, and it's the family's in love with it, and it's got an extremely furry bottom. And I did wonder when we first took him aboard exactly how. I mean, we're going to have to hose him off every time. How does this work? Because similar to a tribble, he's got to, and he sort of does this John Wayne walk where as he takes care of business, he actually walks along, thus not piling up behind his furry bottom. So I can only assume that a tribble would adopt a similar tactic.
Do we ever see a tribble have any motive, means of locomotion? We never see them in moving around. We just see them vibrate slightly.
Yeah, they fall, don't they?
Well, they fall through a hatch onto
Yeah,
Kirk,
that's their main method of transport. They sort of fall.
just falling through a hole.
I think so. I mean, they've evolved to a state whereby they're cute and cuddliness, similar to a seed getting caught on the breeze. A biped will walk
A
along
leaf
and think there's
on
a
the
cute
wind.
thing. Yeah, a biped will walk along and think, oh, look at this, beautiful little thing, pick it up and walk it along and sort of transport it, like pollen to a bee's arsehole.
Yes. Okay. I mean, that works.
I think so. But someone's given us a more scientific answer. Richard has said, in short tracks, they fly. How does it? Do they have wings?
The short treks episode, isn't there, where it's on a ship where we never see it again, and basically the ship has to be abandoned because it's filling up with tribbles.
Were they really flying, Richard, or was a trebuchet introduced into the equation?
Ah, well, that brings us on to one of our Riker's Beard live points, doesn't it? Now, this is where we ask the viewers, what is it you want to see from us? Because do you want to see us try and get to somewhere in the country where, say, I'll drive a car, but Richard has to be flung using a trebuchet and we have a race?
Bear in mind, I am terrified of heights and carny folk. So,
Well,
trebuchet is
it's
not
not
a.
so much the height; it's the acceleration and the hitting the ground that is more problematic.
Well, I'm pretty tough. I've been hit in the head so many times, and it's not affecting me at all. It's been pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, so we contemplated the idea of some sort of road trip. I mean, I was kicking around an idea that if there are groups of people around the UK, we could do a whistle stop tour. Obviously, not travelling any further north than Watford, but
Are you suggesting that we sort of build a network of Trekkies willing to put us up, so to speak?
yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And we'll turn up and entertain you.
But what about the rabbits?
Where will they sleep? I don't know. I can bring my guitar.
Oh, you've
Here
got
it
the
is.
guitar at the loft. Fantastic.
There it is.
Are they the original strings?
Yeah. Yeah.
How have they
Listen.
done there? Oh, that's 20 years. I can hear that's 20 years worth of strings on there.
Don't worry,
Oh,
I've bought
right.
new strings.
Oh, I'll show you how to change them. It's a really important thing
Yeah.
to learn.
And then I've got this little
that again.
device to clip on to tune it.
Fantastic. Hold the guitar up once more. I mean that looks like real veneer, so that's an Argos job, yeah?
Yes, this is the cheapest
That's all-
cheerful.
No, that's good. That's honestly, that's the perfect guitar to learn how to play on. It's all steel strung, and on the what's called the bridge, which is towards the fat end of the guitar.
That's where I sit.
That's where you sit. Does it have the little white plastic pegs for you to pop out to change the strings?
Hang on.
No, it doesn't. Okay. Yeah. Right. In which case, definitely yes. I'll show you how to change them. Don't attempt it on your own. It won't go well. And you might get a string in the eye, which is really painful.
Ow! Who throws a string? So yes, so we might do a road trip around the UK. We've got a potential road trip to Spain, haven't we, Richard?
The road trip to Spain is going to be the fun one. But at the moment, we need the audience to decide which mem is going up on the Riker's Beard page tomorrow.
Oh yes, but if you like our memes, or memes.
So mem.
How
so
is
you've
it
got a choice.
Meme,
Meme, I think.
Meme.
So, if you would like to see General Keth Martok as the mem tomorrow,
you vote A.
Vote A. Used to be Keith Martok before the Dominion War. After the Dominion War, he is Keth Martok. You can work it out. Or would you like to see the awkward conversation between Barclay and LaForge, where Barclay says, like a blind man at an orgy, we'll just have to feel this out? Which of those memes is going up on Riker? A or B? It's going to be one of them. I know which one I wanted to be, but if you could please vote in the comments, that'd be lovely. Meme.
Mimi. How's it Mimi La
sorry,
Banque?
Crystal. You're going to have to simplify it for us there.
Do you remember Mimi La Banque, Richard?
Everyone's going for B. No one's gotten my brilliant Martok joke. Everyone's yeah. Right, we'll have Barclay's awkward conversation with LaForge is going up on the Riker's Beard. Make sure you like it and spread it far and wide so we can offend as many people as possible.
Yes, we're having a bit of a meme overload at the moment.
Yes, it's the Riker's Beard page has really taken off with these. This is why we brought it up. This meme thing that's popular with the kids.
Well, we stick them up all the time. It's just occasionally one suddenly goes viral, and one will get 20 people like it, and then the current one we've got 2,500 likes on it. I don't know what's happened with that.
Yeah,
that's more people than like our page.
Yeah,
but there you go. Right, what's this? Me is an immortal Doctor Who character. Oh, is that the girl out of Game of Thrones?
I'm just not either sober enough or clever enough to understand that. Thank you. So do I. almost as much as I love my D.
Well, you can have a big ship, but for me, it's always the little ships that are nice and cute and cool. And of course, we got one of these.
You prefer a small one?
Well, it's fast, it's cool, it gets in places big ships just can't go.
I have to say, going rather off piste.
Look at this action shot. Look.
I've joined a new gym, and I wasn't expecting this, but it's
Thank you, Sarah. It's not the motion of the ocean.
It's not. It's half the price of my old gym. It's literally around the corner from my house, which is why I done it. But it has kind of either high school, secondary school, or prison style showers. Basically, it's a communal shower where they're very good showers.
Do you get your towel and flick it at other people?
Well, it's a communal shower. And I thought, well, if I'm going to use this shower, I'm going to need some soap on a rope. So I have. I bought some soap on a rope. I won't. No, I can't. It's tethered. I have tethered soap. And what I've discovered is that genuinely, it's the best shower because hardly anyone uses the communal showers. They just shower at home instead. Some they're like with about 6 showers, chucking loads of water at me with my soap on a rope. Sound of course.
What, do you stand in the middle of all the showers then?
I set 3 off. I set 3 off, yeah. I've one going straight at me, and then I have one going top half and one bottom half, and I go with me soap on a rope and just, yeah. It's really nice.
Doesn't your butler soap you up?
He's not that sort of butler.
No.
He's not that sort of not sort of butler.
Right. Okay.
And I probably wouldn't have that sort of butler, if I'm honest with you. I can apply my own talcum powder.
What was our man Bashir's valet called?
Laura loves it.
Brilliant.
I was unable to engage her services.
Yeah. I looked for a valet and she wasn't available. I could only find Mr. Carson out of Downton Abbey.
Yeah. If you were to get a valet, I mean, so you're captain of the Riker's Beard.
Yeah.
I hope you're enjoying it, Sarah. You're captain of the Riker's Beard, right? Your captain now. You can have a valet, and we've got access to temporal facilities, time and space. Whatever valet would you want? Who'd be your valet? I know who mine would be.
Oh, it'd be Yeoman Rand, obviously.
No, it wouldn't. It would, of course, be Kato from the Pink Panther. So he could leap out at you. At the most inappropriate times, he could leap out and start attacking you. It would just be the most amazing thing.
Right, there I am. I'm on the bridge. I'm doing that first contact speech where I have to get it precisely right. I go, and then Kato attacks.
We're going off piste. Genuinely, as regularly as the show might know, I'm an experienced martial artist and fighting competitions, bits and pieces. And I had a mechanic that worked for me years ago, found out I did karate and everything, and thought it would be funny to play the part of Kato. And for about 7 years, just randomly, every now and again, he would just leap out at me, attack me. I would go, "Not now, Kato!" and he would do it like in front of customers, and we had the directors of the company visiting. Oh, because we were the first ones that did the electric bloody car, the Amperas. We were the first ones that did the electric cars that come out at our site. I'm showing these dignitaries around, and this guy jumps out with a spanner and goes, "Ah! Not now, Kato!" None of them found it funny.
Imagine if that happened to me when I was in court. Blimey.
Oh, that was my mate Dave the Spanner. He was great.
Oh, splendid, splendid. So we've covered the road trip. We've covered the memes. Oh, I know. Other suggestions we're looking for. If we were to put together and perform for you the Riker's Beard 12 Days of Christmas, would you like to suggest for us some lyrics suitable for the 12 Days of Christmas? Because I think it starts 12 days before Christmas Day, doesn't it? So that's what, around the 13th of December. So we've got a week and a half to write this and do it.
Well, James and I have also been speaking about, and and again, please let us know in the comments, as you so enthusiastically did about the mem, if you'd like to see this. But James and I, if you've ever seen Frasier, which is a marvelous program, the episode where they do the radio play, we're thinking of doing a murder mystery Riker's Beard radio play. I've started writing it. Well, we're going to have a talk to our friend of the show, Tony Lee, who's interested in helping writing the radio play as well, possibly even starring in it. But if that's something you'd like to see,
I should start writing these down.
A Riker's Beer radio.
These are case papers. I'll use the back of one of them.
It will be probably set on Ricer, kind of like Poirot's on holiday. You know, don't get a train or a plane with Poirot or Miss Marple. It'd be a whodunit radio play.
Say what that is.
And it will be starring James and myself. So bear that in mind.
Oh, 5 gold pressed latinum. Right, okay. I need 10 more to go.
What about 4 Klingons clanging?
4 Klingons clanging. Clang is probably one of the Klingons.
3 tribbles fornicating. Oh, Vicky's got it right. 1 Riker's beard.
Yeah, okay. Well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things now.
I think that's going to be a one-off straight to video release or straight to stream platform release film, I believe. And there's rumor that Tarantino is getting on board with that as well.
Is there?
Yeah, him and David Cronenberg apparently are looking at getting on board with that.
Right. So, Christoph, enough of section 31, though. Go on, give us something for the 12 Days of Christmas.
We've got 1 Riker's beard.
Yeah, got that.
2 binars.
Binars. 2 binars.
Yeah, of course, 2 binars.
Have to be 2 binars.
3 tribbles fornicating.
Oh, Ebenezer has entered the chat. Pa humbug.
3 Klingon clanging. There are 4 lights.
Mm-hmm. Gaseous anomalies.
Oh,
Picard in another quandary. I'll
5
write it down, Sarah. I'm not sure how I'm going to make that fit.
5 Ferengi filching.
Hang on.
I've just remembered what filching means.
5 No. This show is a John Barrowman free zone. That's the last we'll hear of him. Right, captain's chairs. Okay. Oh, I see. Right. Well, it kind of makes sense, yeah. Right, I've written that down now. Depends if you're watching early TNG, Roy.
Oh my god! Did I tell you I just rewatched The Emissary episode 1 of Deep Space Nine, and it has the most awkward scene I've ever seen filmed in Star Trek ever, where Picard says goodbye to O'Brien.
Ah, yes.
Treat yourself. Go on to Netflix. Treat yourself to Picard says goodbye to O'Brien. It's the most awkward piece of Star Trek I've ever. At one point, Picard goes, "This transporter room was always your favourite," and he goes, "Oh yes, sir, number 3." It's the most awkward from two such good actors that are given such shit dialogue to try and try. It's just marvelous. It's a thing to behold. It really is.
Now, I mean, well, we're on the subject of Christmas. Obviously, Richard, we're going to have our annual Christmas movie night, and
Yes,
usually
this year
it's
we're
Die
doing-
Hard, but this
Normally
year
it's
we're
Die Hard.
talking Lethal Weapon, aren't we?
Going Lethal Weapon this year, yes, which is also a festive film, and I have submitted evidence to the court of the effect.
So, shall we do that as a watch along?
We can do, yeah. We
Yeah.
do. If anyone wants to watch a festive film with us this year, instead of Die Hard, we will be doing Lethal Weapon, which in the final fight scene between Mel Gibson and I can't remember the other actor's name now. Other 80s guy was big. Yes, you will see a Christmas tree in the background, and therefore it is a Christmas film. I think Eric Clapton does the music as well, which is marvelous.
So yes, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's a Christmas film, so it's we've watched Die Hard. I mean, normally Christmas for James and I is we watch Die Hard in an airplane. It's a perfect Christmas. I think this year instead we should watch Lethal Weapon and The Naked Gun. What I said the other day is, let me assure you, not a member of my department nor I will rest as soon as the scum who have violated you are brought to justice. Now let's get something to eat. Oh, no, go back to Christoph's one there. No, you haven't.
I know what you're going to say.
No, you haven't. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's fun.
2 is really good as well. That's pretty good.
I've been having a lot of discussions with my 5-year-old daughter and saying to her, I'm looking forward most of all to Christmas Day after we get rid of the turkey lunch, which for me is just something you have to have. We get onto the war film. And I've said I'd quite like to watch Von Ryan's Express this year, but she's not so keen.
Okay. I mean, she's 5. Yeah, you've got to be careful what war film you do.
Bridge over the River Kwai?
Yeah. Yeah, I forget the name of it, but I like the one with the Australian motorized canoes. Oh, that's a
Cockleshell Heroes.
Yes, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a really good one. Yeah, but yeah, Christmas film this year, Lethal Weapon. Merry Christmas.
Because we don't really have much in the way of Trek for Christmas, do we? It's only ever fleetingly referenced.
Oh yes, it's December, so any of my friends that would be happy to be watching that know I'm into Star Trek. Yes, I have seen the Picard Let It Snow. I do not need you
We
to
don't need
post
that
that on my
again. Yeah.
Facebook timeline again. Every year, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Not required this year. I have seen it. I promise you. Okay. Yeah. But no, there's no Christmas Star Trek offerings really. There's an episode of Voyager where they're hiding a bauble, and I think there's a bit in Generations.
Generations, when he's in the Nexus, he goes into that
And that's
idealized
it.
family
That's
Christmas,
here in
which
Christmas. Yeah.
no family Christmas looks like.
Yeah. Whereas Quantum Leap would give you a Christmas episode every year.
Yeah. Oh, the Christmas Carol one was brilliant,
Oh,
wasn't it? With Al as
Quantum Leap Christmas
the
Carol.
ghost. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah.
There we go. Rashid, you're quite right.
You're right. Normally we do watch Die Hard followed by Airplane, but this year we are trying to expand our cultural palette, and we're going for Lethal Weapon followed by The Naked Gun instead.
Can I wear a vest?
Yeah,
I'm not watching the film unless I can wear a vest.
I would encourage you to wear one.
Covered in blood and grease and stuff.
It's chilly out there, so. Well, we're about done with time now.
Oh yes, we've burnt through that hour, even though we didn't think we'd necessarily get that far. That's good.
So it's the feedback has been very welcome. We know what you guys want to see. Next week we'll have prepared certainly more than we've prepared this evening. But it's great to be back, and it's just lovely to see you all. It's sincerely lovely to see you all in the comments saying hello and hi and everything. It's really great.
We've missed you.
Yeah, we missed you. So look after yourselves and each other.
Yeah, what he said.
It's good night from him.
And it's good night from me.